and human suffering. Despite the wealth and power for nation states, colonies, institutions, and individuals. It also commercialized and racialized slavery. Between 1501 and 1866, at least 12,500,000 enslaved Africans were shipped to the Americas. Close to 400,000 of them were brought to North America. Europeans built an economy based on slavery.
The very first salute I had from them was a blow on the back of the head with a forward of the cap.
There's no bottom on tea.
Grass around the neck. All of us were put into a castle in forest. I and other prisoners were put on board a canoe under our master and rowed away to a vessel belonging to Rhode Island.
Olava Equiano was kidnapped and enslaved at Easter Level and taken to the
The people of the great vessel were weakened. When we had been sheep, they took away all of the small pieces of cloth which were on our bodies and threw them into the water. Then they took chains and feathered two together. We in the vessel, young and old, were 700 whom the white men had bought. We were all feathered around our feet, and all of the oldest died of thirst. Every morning they had to take many and throw them into the water.
And a rich African diaspora. Shape the rim of the Atlantic Ocean came into being based on the labor and forced movement of enslaved Africans. Atlantic world slavery, also considered New World slavery, exploited human lives to build wealth and
and has become more human-born.
between 1501 and 1866, at least 12
The law
million
based slavery on African descent and made it hereditary and life law. This separated indentured Europeans and enslaved Africans. It created whiteness, and Africans became black in colonial North America. The race-based system of slavery was cemented into law. It was fundamental to growing
No, you're fine.
and would prove instrumental in the founding of the United States.
and to provide a luxurious lifestyle, regardless of the moral issues of enslavement.
When Africans arrived in colonial North America, they encountered different environments and swamplands, massive forests, and expansive coastal plains. Enslaved Africans learned the terrain. They cleared and cultivated the land, building profitable plantations and sport cities. Forced together, Africans, including the account of enslaved people, the systems of slavery varied. In most instances, the condition of slavery was not yet defined. In some instances, a few Africans in America had limited degrees of freedom. On large plantations, enslaved people made up a black majority. Enslaved men, women, and children often worked in a variety of trades, as domestics, craftsmen, dock workers, and local vendors. In bustling cities, Free and enslaved Africans had more opportunities to meet, build relationships, and share information. On small, rural farms, enslaved people often formed close relationships with American Indians and European indentured servants. They labored, lived, and rebelled together. The dependency on slave labor, Africans became black in colonial North America. And would prove instrumental in the founding of the United States.
At the helm was Crispus Attucks, a 47-year-old sailor and fugitive slave. He became the first casualty in the Boston Massacre, and his act of defiance marked the beginning
When Africans arrived in colonial North America, they encountered different
In April 1775, Massachusetts militiamen clashed with British troops, launching the revolution.
expansive coastal plains. They cleared and cultivated the land, building profitable plantations toward cities. Forced together,
Yes, baby.
Africans, including the Negroes, Indians, and white, contributed to the new region culture. While all the colonies held enslaved people, the systems of slavery varied. In most instances, the condition of slavery was not yet defined. In some instances, few Africans and
For Africa, the revolution was a battle for freedom from slavery. As 20% of the population, Africans could tip the scales of war and therefore could not be ignored. The British and colonial armies, though initially reluctant, sought the advantage of recruiting able-bodied enslaved Africans to support their cause. Africans aligned with whichever side offered the better promise of freedom. The British acted first. On behalf of the British government, Lord Dunmore of Virginia proclaimed a promise of freedom to all enslaved Africans who crossed into British lines to serve as loyalist soldiers. Boston King, a black loyalist, recalled, "They received me readily, and I began to feel the happiness of liberty, of which I knew nothing before." Enlisted blacks to fight for the Patriots. Black patriot Boyro Brinch for 5 years fighting for liberty.
No idea why my mama had to be there, like I know what's going on.
Whether in segregation as American patriot found freedom, respect, and equality.
Facing racism, violence, and economic hardship, free people of color turned inward. In cities, small towns, and maroon settlements, African Americans established autonomous communities, foundations for freedom. After the revolution, the free black population grew exponentially. Whether by gradual abolition, escape, military service, or birth, blacks found paths to freedom. In 1790, there were almost 60,000 free African Americans in the United States. By 1860, the population had grown to almost 500,000. Many African American men, women, and children not only envisioned freedom of cause, they lived now.
The rise of slavery in the United States before it was in the United States. Millions went from 1619 when the first slave ship landed in Virginia.
The nation's economic development is based on millions of enslaved African American men, women, and children, and profit generated from the sale of their bodies and their labor. Known as the business, the trade profited not only slave traders, but also businesses north and south, including the roadside printers, suppliers of clothing and strength corporations that provide financing and insurance on enslaved African Americans.
Attention visitors, running, horseplay, and playing on or throwing items off balconies is strictly prohibited and will result in an escort out of the building.
Amen.
In the space stepped across the platform, and the bidding started. I had a brother, Jim, who was sold to dress young misses for a wedding. I sat there and cried, especially when they put the chains on him, carried him off. I ain't never felt so lonesome in my whole life.
They examine you just like they do a hose. Just like you was a hose.
And I'll be done being the broken reporter.
was when I was small.
Ruining baby's good time.
That was a sad time for us. My pa sure did hate to leave us.
Maybe not.
I don't do nothing all my day but miss. I
Watch how
miss
many
so
more
many
people come through here
children
after
them
calling me
women
and that's damn
studying my
thing.
growth, and
And
that's
like cuss
why
all
I
on the camera.
to this day.
I said, watch how many people come through here
When the
after calling
colored
me
woman
in.
has to cut
They're gonna have to
in
revive
all
that
day
sign up
till
there just to put her
come
election
here,
in there.
Jonathan.
Because
I
it started
have to
at
miss the babies for them.
2008 when
Kids
Obama,
are white children too.
when he was coming down the escalator.
Some of them babies so fat and big, I had to tote the feet while another gal tote the head. I was such a little woman, about 7 or 8 years old.
They'd be born into slavery and know nothing different. Not even have a concept of freedom.
We had to have church on the ditch back.
It's like a lot of the crap is today. We don't know that we're free. We don't know that better is out there and for us. But we gonna learn today.
My father was not allowed to see my mother but 2 nights a week.
Damn. See, I was just
That
talking
was
about that.
Wednesday.
He could only see his wife 2 nights a week.
So he often came home all bloody.
Feed her own baby. Master John would tell Aunt Mary to go on and nurse his baby first. Aunt Mary couldn't answer him a word. But my mom says she often sees Aunt Mary cry till the tears met under her chin.
I was a young man.
I love that this is making for more informed conversations amongst ethnicities, because this is a casual, fun, entertaining, inspirational way for people to learn Black history. So that when that person of another ethnicity come up to you talking to you, they might know a little something.
I ran around with the gals, sneaked off to the woods. Sometimes they used to put their dogs on me and get
Need your medicine. You better tell the truth. It was about preserving the Union and it didn't have a damn thing to do about freeing those slaves. But it worked in our favor.
Directly or indirectly, to interfere with the institution of slavery in the states where it exists.
See, even the man said it himself.
But African Americans were resolved to end slavery once and for all.
Amen and amen.
Frederick Douglass wrote in 1861, "Let the slaves and free colored people be called into service and formed into a liberating army to march into the South and raise the banner of emancipation." In fact, African Americans had already begun to act. 3 enslaved men, Shepard Mallory, Frank Baker, and James Townsend, crossed Union lines and entered Fort Monroe. They declared themselves free. Tens of thousands followed suit. Each time the United States Army advanced, enslaved African Americans ran towards freedom within Union lines. Union General John Eaton recalled, "Imagine an army of slaves and fugitives pushing its way
I know
into
y'all love my commentary.
an army of fighting men.
Oh, we back at the house. Okay.
Was like the oncoming of summer. And then at the violent
That's bright. Oh, there is another section up top. I don't know about that paperboard. I don't know about that paperboard. Paper. The writer in me can appreciate it.
Hey, yo, don't go too far. You stay with them.
Huh? Oop. We ain't got to Miss Opal time yet. When was she born? In the 1800s? I'm definitely gonna put some on top of this commentary because I'm saying too much foolishness. You see, I know you got plenty of sitting down stuff. So you know this is a lot of walking. And from Reconstruction to segregation. Lord knows that was a tricky one. Still is. Like Kamala said, let's turn the page. That's my guy. Oh, I'm sorry, you're fine. Go ahead. Come on, Booker T. Madam. Oh, wait, no, that's Ida B. I was about to say CJ Walker. Wrong. Now, Dorothy Height escapes me. Or getting. She's one of the ones that started the Black Family Reunion. The godmother of the Civil Rights Movement. Remember the name. Dang, 2010. She was... Okay, don't laugh at me in my math. Malcolm said these Negro teeth is good enough for me. They good enough for y'all. God, he was young. I always lose them so early. Okay, I vaguely remember the name. But I remember the younger dude or the darker dude. He goes to our church. Oh, yeah, there's somebody older. Oh, he did the march. Or the second march. The N.M.A.A.H.C Bridge. Oh, turn that back off. And people forget. We owe the whole idea of writing stuff down so that it stays forever to the Egyptians. They were really big. They thought writing and putting stuff in writing was magic because it couldn't disappear. A fire extinguisher because we're responsible. Hello, Robert Small. Eric Adams. Oops, excuse me. See? always say historically people were shorter back then, but they never really specified. But they talk about everybody, because this shit was too small for black folk. Look at that though. Like I'm in the Smurf house, but really bad. What was this? The outhouse. Wait, no. Oh, it's steps. Ah, it was the first bungalow. 1.5 stories. I wonder if they ever do like lock-ins and just let folks stay overnight if they pay extra. Well, you wouldn't stay down here, and you wouldn't be asleep no way. You could sleep next to the Beyonce figurine or thingy. They might even have a Chris Brown section for you. Even though he beats women and don't like dark-skinned women, but that's another conversation.
In response, Black Union leader A. Philip Randolph recruited an army of 100,000 and threatened to bring them to President Roosevelt's door.
Ooh.
Randolph's action
Now we're gonna pull up.
Roosevelt to rethink his earlier positions, and he signed an executive order banning discrimination in defense industries. Randolph called the event off, but the seed for a march on Washington had been planted.
Celebrating the full breadth of African American life and sparked a cultural explosion that lasted 25 years. The movement has been called the Harlem Renaissance, the New Negro Movement, or more accurately, the Negro Renaissance. The Renaissance was not limited to Harlem.
That's right.
In Washington, D.C., Seattle, Los Angeles, and other cities across the country, artists drew inspiration for these new visions from their communities.
There's so much more. I mean, Adrian,
There's nobody everybody is figured much over it. I think like literally the past 2-3 years.
We do not want our freedom. Everybody knows all the people don't have liberty, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, and all the people don't have power. That means none of us do.
We stand
compromise
until justice rolls.
These got to do so much best. They do one person.
Let's get into some good trouble. That's my friend. all this money into this system, and we ain't got no money to do nothing for black people in this day and age. Bullshit. Said I'm leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. Ooh, ooh. Said I'm going back to find the baby I left somewhere about 15 exhibits ago. 'Cause he reads slow. But for real, we gotta come back. This is my second time. I need a third. I feel better about the Amtrak now. My word, this is tiny.
Ladies and gentlemen, tickets.
Hey, look at that fence.
Excuse me, conductor. This is a long trip, and I want to smoke my cigar. You can't smoke in the seating section. You can't smoke in the lounge or the center of the car.
Damn it, I want to smoke.
Thank you, kindly.
You did it. I still ain't seen what a Negro said in this bad boy. More white only stuff. Oh, the other one was for women. Did the women have a bathroom? I don't think I saw one. Rude.
I can't wait.
Don't you sit there. Don't you do it.
Is there another one we can use?
Oh.
No, honey. This is the only one we're allowed to use on the train.
Mama, where are we going?
We need to be quiet now.
Look at the cracked sink, child. Bella, child, inside you.
I'm hungry. Can we go get some food?
I don't want to use it.
But I brought you some food. Only white folks can eat it.
Uh-oh, Mark would have moving fast now. I'm tired.
Attention visitors. Running, horseplay, and playing on or throwing items off balconies.
See, I told you. It's a lot going on. I'm picking up fire. Say it loud. Say it loud. Artists, activists. To be You better push the rainbow. Wait, what's happening now? This way and then back around and out.
Right into the middle class, and young people began taking advantage of new educational opportunities afforded by affirmative action.
Oh, that's probably the door they had to come in.
But for many African Americans,
or maybe not.
Life in the city remained a struggle.
That's got to be the door that people had to go back in and out of.
City landscapes remain scarred by the urban rebellions of the 1960s. Inner city residents still faced poverty, poor housing, dilapidated schools, and police brutality. Corporation with them, leaving the city's new mayors with few resources to fix roads, schools, or housing, decimated by the war on drugs and the epidemic of crack cocaine. Unequal policing and mandatory sentencing laws kept black men behind bars and away from families and jobs.
Yes, Jack. Oh, baby.
Whites deserted many cities in droves. Middle-class African Americans left as well. In one short decade, the number of black Americans living in suburbs doubled to 7 million. And on track to cities and suburbs around the world. As the 20th century ended, corporate towers, gentrified neighborhoods, ethnic enclaves, and long since became undesirable.
Excuse me. Everybody has a good time. But I would kind of expect that of anybody that's coming to a museum, you know. It's cool enough. Okay, so I might have been wrong. No, it's up top. Well, and the floor is up top. Because the whole 4th floor is like Oprah now. These are dope. I was there. Dang, I'm up. keep your head up. Edge, I'm trying not to lose my head. Oh, Anita.
Men and women and children of every race and every faith.
Hey, Barry.
Join in celebration across this magnificent mall.
But the concept, because my mother was blacklisted, and she was blacklisted for some, they were not bullets. She was blacklisted because she had people with multiple races coming to her.
I love these giant shadow box situations. Did you see the ones on this wall? The shadow boxes?
They had the speech. That's why I watched it.
There's the good trouble. Make it plain. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is